are back, everybody. Welcome back to Words with Wayman. I am your host, Matt Wayman. Here with me today, very special guest. We're going to dive right into it, Mr. Sam Tallent, everybody.
Hey everybody. Welcome back, as Matt said, because he just assumes all of you are listening to this podcast on a perpetual loop.
We had 17 people listen to the last one.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's good, man.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
You do have 16 brothers.
I have 16 brothers, and I think my dad listened because he was on it. So I think, 17. That brings us up to 17. Maybe I'll check again. My mom might have tuned in.
No, of course not. I met your mom. She's busy.
She's an angel.
She's raising 16 boys.
She is.
17 with you. Your dad's no easy project. No, it was probably your dad and then like 10 of his friends that listened to like the first 12 minutes, and they were like, this is weird.
They're like, this guy, it's creepy. We don't understand their past relationship.
He doesn't sound at all like his father.
No, he's
Why
not.
Why do they talk different?
Did they kick him out of the house early and he just came up on his own?
Was he raised whitewashing fences?
He lived in a box down south. He fell into the Mississippi early. We never saw him again.
The family was in St. Louis. Meanwhile, Wayman was in Cape Girardeau.
Cape Girardeau, as they call it in the game, everybody. A lot of people out there. We got a big fan base in Cape Girardeau, so that's kind of nice.
Say it?
No, some people say it like that. Well, you can say it however you want it. You know?
How do you say it?
I don't know. The only reason you talk about it is if you're talking about, do you want one town that has absolutely every fast food restaurant in the world and nothing else? That is what that town. It's a fast food based culture down there.
There's a bunch of great novels. Daniel Woodrell wrote 3 great novels based in Girardeau.
Yeah, he's a badass.
He's cool.
Yeah, he does a lot with Missouri and the Midwest, definitely.
Winter's Bone. Fine novel.
Mm-hmm.
Tomato Red. Insane. He's written some insane books.
Yeah.
Really good books that I very much enjoy. He wrote a book, The Death of Sweet Mister, which is about a 12-year-old fucking his mom.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I think you were on the road when you were reading that one.
Death of I think we were, because when I finished it, I probably went like,
you're like,
I exclaimed.
Like, what are you doing over there? And you're like, check this out. Yeah. And then read through it and blew everybody's mind within like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just on like a 5-hour car trip. Just everybody's internalizing that for the rest of the way.
Just thinking about it.
Let's just all agree not to speak and make eye contact the rest of the trip.
Thinking about banging your own mom.
Again, like as we all do.
About banging
you did.
Mom.
You tried to. Did you cut it because if you finally couldn't make it work, or was it just one? I thought it worked.
You know, the one time it worked really well, actually, is on my my DVD recording.
Oh, right.
Yeah, like that's the only time it ever worked.
Down
really
at Atlanta at Star Bar, one of the hottest shows around.
Oh yeah, it was a slam dunk.
Yeah,
it was fantastic. Every other time up to that,
we can relate to this.
Never done it since.
Yeah,
I was like, that's all I need.
That is fine. That's the best that is ever going to do. That is a promise. So we might as well just go out on top. That's hilarious. How'd you get into the game? You started in bands, right? I mean, you kind of got in a way a lot of comedians get in, I feel like.
I was in bands in high school. I did theater in high school. I did improv in high school. I founded the Improv Club at Elizabeth High School.
I've always found improv is definitely one of those tools where you can tell like a stand-up if they've done improv or not.
It's important. It makes it easier. It teaches you how to fail.
Oh, absolutely.
So, like, once you're okay with failing at improv with people, failing alone is easy.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And it's just like a lot of improv shows in their essences are terrible, just like with way too many people and more performers on stage than in the crowd.
Yeah, but then sometimes you do those shows where it's like a jam, it's a hootenanny type situation, and there's like 3 different groups.
Yeah.
It's packed. And it's people who are like improv nerds, you know? Like that was my first experience ever with comedy nerds was through improv. When you've got a hot group of people that like know the rules.
Yeah.
You like do
high level of play.
When they get it.
Yeah.
Like that, those are the best crowds.
Yeah.
I really think that improv nerd crowds are better than comedy nerd crowds.
Oh, I think they're more involved. I think they're an integral part of it, and they feel more emotion.
Sure, and I think the comedy nerd crowds are doing math still.
Absolutely.
Improv people are still on the edge of you're on the edge of your seat every moment.
And tags and stuff. I feel like that you see a lot in improv that translates to stand up a lot, but like will crush harder on improv because people are listening so much more.
Yep.
And more intently. But that's why I enjoy doing improv and still do, is because it's so different, too, when it is really good.
I miss it all the time. I should be doing it. I would be such a stronger performer.
You had a show, a couple months ago, I think, with Ryan Madeline, so you get up there every once in a while.
Yeah, but even that's, like, not straight missionary-style improv. Like, I should just get back to, like, building the bricks.
Yeah. You know? I also find it's like I do some improv with the agency boys, but it's like one of those that when you have a really strong relationship, you just hang out with people. That's when it's really fun to do improv with them, too.
Oh, yeah. When you meet those people, when you're doing level 1 improv and everyone sucks, then you meet the one funny guy.
Yeah.
Like, I still am huge friends with Galway Albright and Ryan Mattingly. Yeah, so I miss improv. I should do it more, but I don't But
you do some on stage too, so it's using the same tools that you've learned from improv and applying them to the stage.
Oh yeah, I just turn the crowd into the scene partner.
Yeah,
that's all it is. So you're just you're one-sided, doing a one-sided scene. It's fun. I love riffing on stage. I riff so much that.
No, that's the thing, and I found that was the thing, especially when we were on the road together. We were on the road for like 17 days, and every single night doing that crowd work that gets everybody on board. And it's why you never had a bad show on the road the entire time. But it was
I go down swinging.
Yeah, like when you.
Boy,
I wanted to see you burn it to the ground one time. Like I wanted to see it go bad just to see what it would be like.
Well, someone was telling me the other day, they're like, I've never seen you had a bad set. And I was like, oh boy, I've had bad sets. And when I do, I'm up there. I'm like guessing people's birthdays.
Yeah, just.
I'm like asking for any anniversaries in the room.
Trying to sell snake oil, using all sorts of tricks.
Every trick there is. Oh man. So when I go down, I go down.
So just trying to go for get the acceptance before you get out.
Yeah, I'm not one of those guys that's gonna be like, well, fuck you people.
No, it's never their fault.
No, I'm up there like I always go long when I'm eating shit. Like if I'm supposed to be 45 and I'm eating a big bag, I'll end up doing like 53, because I'm trying so hard.
Please come back to me.
On board. And there's those glimpses, even when you're eating a big bag, where you see it and you have them, and like you're like, okay, all right together. You were all together right at that moment. I can get back to that. It's like you're chasing that dragon through the show.
Especially to try to close, or especially try to even if you get a laugh, you're like, now I need more.
There's that great situation around 40 minutes where you do your closer. And it eats it, and then you're like, all right, do another closer, and it eats it, and then you're like, I'm going to do a couple characters, Gillette, Wyoming.
Yeah.
And you're like, no.
We don't understand characters.
Let's go. The girls come out once the comedy's over.
You're not going to get anything you wanted out of us, that is for sure. That's tough, but I mean, that's half the thing, too. I mean, it is how do you go down. I feel like you should go down swinging as opposed to accepting the fact that this isn't going too well.
I know, man.
Because then what are you going to do at that point? If you let them know that it's not going well, then it's just like admitting defeat.
You hear Marin talk about it whenever he's just like, all right, you guys don't like me, and I don't like you. Like, what are we going to do here?
Yeah.
It's like, don't show
fear.
Don't tip your hand. They know.
No, they
you
know.
You don't have to tell them that you know. They know you know.
There's some comics I see all the time that can just go forever without getting laughs and stuff like that, and it seems like they're having a blast up there too.
Yeah. I've seen guys go for 4 minutes setting up a bit.
Yeah,
And it's like, what are you doing?
Can you be comfortable with yourself in that?
I could never do this.
No.
I would hate that. I'm up there, dude, throwing every slice of fucking lunch meat at the wall over and over and over again. I'm snapping and popping.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to lose
a lot of dancing and lunch meat material.
So I weighed myself before a show recently. And then I didn't drink any water. I weighed right before I went on stage. There was a scale in the green room. I got off stage. I lost 3.7 pounds in liquid just on stage.
Pure anger, just
just it's like when you die, you lose 26 ounces. Yeah,
you die on stage every night, and then it's just you're reborn at the end of it.
Oh man. It's purification.
That's
pure, dude. You get off stage, you're pure for sure.
It's I guess the real workout plan is just to do, maybe 15 shows a day, right?
Yeah, get on your first shift. Go to Old Folks Home, work the Catskills.
If you like me, you can see me in about 15 minutes, everybody. I'm doing the same exact show, so if everybody could leave and get the heck out. When did you make the choice finally? Because I know that you make most of your living, or all of your living.
Every bit of it.
When was that feasible? How long did you work a job and all that for?
I worked a job until 2007. I was an ice cream truck driver.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Haley joining us every
Haley! Coming in with the groceries.
Sponsored Trader Joe's.
Sponsored Trader Joe's. They just came on board.
Hey, cookie butter? Trader Joe's cookie butter?
Me? Yeah, that should be illegal.
I hate it. Because I love it so much.
Yeah, just rub it on I brush my teeth with it.
It's got to be cheating. The feeling of cheating on someone that you love. It's
I look both ways before I put it in the basket. I'm looking around like it's a drug or something. You're all right, you guys don't judge me for this.
Yeah, I drove an ice cream truck, and then as soon as I could pay my rent from comedy, I dropped out of college.
Which at what that time in Denver, what was? I mean, it was probably super, super cheap at the time, especially when you were living with a house with a bunch of people.
Oh, yeah, my rent was $120.
Which is fantastic.
I lived with 16 people, and it was very easy.
And this is pre-stand-up still at this point?
No, this was all stand-up.
Okay.
This was stand-up. So I guess it was actually 2008. Between 2008 and 2009, because in 2007 I moved away and lived on an anarchist commune.
Which we all do. Everybody.
Found yourself.
That was that year for everybody.
Yeah.
Took enough acid to realize what was right and wrong.
Yeah, so I had that little experience. And
they wanted me to run the thing. I was like, I'm going to go back into this.
Yeah, dude, I had to figure out what was real. I still haven't, but I'm on a daily search, and it's really depressing. Man, just trying to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
I had a conversation with Kronberg about, how life should only be fun.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, life should only be fun. And I was like, yeah, or a pursuit to figure out what the fuck that is. That's all it should be.
Trying to find it the entire time and never thinking that you know.
So the transition was easy, actually, for me, because I was living like such a scrote. And then I was on the road with my band a lot, so like when I wasn't home, I didn't have to pay rent, and they would just absorb the $120 in between 16 people.
Oh, that's fantastic.
$12,
To just be on the road as much as possible.
Yeah, just be gone, with the band or with comedy. And I was also opening for a lot of people. Like there was that old school system of featuring for people still.
For mainly club-based or just night-to-night show? Yeah.
Triple runs,
Yeah. Just
when I was like 19 years old, Jordan Zuckerman, Spencer James, a couple other comics.
Denver guys.
Yeah, This was like, it was so weird because Denver wasn't popping yet, but now in Denver there's not that system of guys doing road work.
Or like you're taking younger guys out with them to do stuff.
Or just like not even road work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I guess because the gigs aren't shitty.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was doing shitty gigs where it's like you make $100 and you pay half the gas.
Oh yeah.
It's like you don't make any money.
No.
But you get good, And I got real good in front of everyone, everywhere, and that was rad. But
yeah, because it's so different when especially you guys went up north a lot, so you're doing Wyoming, Montana, all these rooms that a lot of people are scared of.
Nebraska, northern New Mexico.
A lot of comics won't even go there just because they're like, "Are you kidding me?"
Anywhere.
Yeah,
I love anywhere. I think that's why I had little aversion to the South comedically.
Oh yeah,
like I love the South, and I dove right into it, like in my band first. And then because everyone's like, "The South sucks," and it's like, "Well, I've been to Wyoming."
Yeah.
And I've had a lot of fun.
There's absolutely no way it can be worse there because, if I die down there, that's the only way it could be worse because it's a tough place.
People elsewhere have romanticized Wyoming. I feel like Wyoming is this side of the country's Delaware.
Yeah.
Because, like, over there, people know about Delaware. Yeah. On the East Coast, they've been through it. They know about it, But over here, I have no fucking idea what's going on in Delaware.
They don't.
I know Aubrey Plaza's from there. That's all I know.
They have it on all the signs.
People don't know anything about Wyoming. I guess North Dakota's real weird and ambiguous too. Just
like the creepy states where all the serial killers live or something.
So like Adam Caton-Holland, who's now one of the guys who's on the road, is going to take you to do Madison Square Garden.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
So like, or Ben Roy when he goes to Go Bananas, he's not going to take you to go do the club.
Yeah. And that's just because, for money reasons probably. I mean, they don't have to pay you out and all that. And
well, no, the club's going to pay a feature, whatever they're going to pay. But, it's like, if you're a feature if you're a young comic who's a headliner at the club, you don't want to go and bring your own guy.
Yeah.
'Cause I think it makes you look kind of like, like big shotting, because then whoever's in town that weekend didn't get to work.
Yeah, that's true.
That kind of sucks. Mm-hmm. And then B, it kind of makes you look afraid of, like, whatever local talent's there.
Yeah, I don't want a guy that's
like, Ben Roy's going to go bananas. Maybe Jeff Tate's featuring for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a fucking rad show.
Absolutely.
Jeff Tate would bury most guys.
Oh, absolutely.
Not Ben, obviously.
No, but that's why you're at that level of headlining those clubs at that point, because you can be trusted with the crazy, crazy crowds like that.
Mm-hmm. So there's just not that opportunity to get on the road and to make that little bit of money all the time.
Yeah, so now, I mean, especially like these days, and I think some comics know about it, I think some comics don't know about it, but like the ways that are different touring around now, it's more... just like stringing a night, a bunch of one-nighters together that might not necessarily pay the best, but it's just it kind of just pays for itself in the end. Just to be on the road for a little bit and.
Well, and also, dude, it's like, what the fuck? So people come up to me all the time and they're like, "Hey, you want to go? Can I go on the road with you? Like, what's the deal with that? It's like, first of all, I'm not making enough money. You know what I mean? Like when we went on the road together, we were splitting like $100, $120 a night. Baton Rouge, $200,
That's
New
a good night.
Baton Rouge were both good nights.
Yeah.
I think we made $200 between 4 people.
Yeah.
So even if we were breaking it up and not just putting it all into the gas tank, we wouldn't have made a dime.
No.
So it's like now if I'm going to go out and do those shows where I'm making $200 that night to my face, now I got to pay you out $50.
Oh yeah.
Or I got to pay you out, and then what? You got to pay half gas, or I pay all the gas, like. I just can't take anyone out. And then also it's like, what is that? Do the work yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
Like these young comics when they ask me and they're like, hey, fucking people we know.
Oh, I know.
And they come up to us, come up to me and you, and they're like, hey, man, take me out. It's like, what's that going to do for you?
I know. What's it going to do?
Seriously, what's that going to do for you?
Yeah.
You can go out and then you can come home and be like, hey, I went on the road. Tell your friends you went on the road. While you're gone, they're jealous, What's that doing besides feeding your ego?
Absolutely.
Like, I guess the time on stage, 20 minutes is a good time on stage.
I like, being on the road, you can tighten up a bunch of time that, like, you can get a good 20-minute set that you can take. Because, I mean, a lot of times here we don't get the chance to go.
Also, though, if you bring someone, so if I go to Huntsville with Scott Easton, the Page Bar, if I bring someone with me, there's 20 minutes the locals don't get to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like we were saying earlier, that sucks. And then also, typically it comes out of your time.
Oh, absolutely. It always does.
Like if you bring someone with you, you're like, all right, well, we had you do it an hour, but now we'll do 40 and he does
40. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I guess it's my fault, but
just to give somebody and then to cut them in. No, I absolutely get that. And plus, it's like book it. You ask if I know people in the scene, if I think if I want to give you these people's names, be like, I want to go through New Orleans. Do you know anybody down there you'd hook me up with? It's just like I'll give people names all the time.
Sure, if they're funny enough.
But like you can't give. But then you're making people feel bad too, you know?
Yeah, but I'll be honest with people.
Yeah.
I'll be like, you're just not ready. I won't tell them because you're not funny enough, you know?
Yeah.
Just like you're not ready.
No, absolutely. I mean, that's at least you give an honest answer. A lot of people try to beat around the bush or maybe try to cover it up a little bit.
Well, yeah, and it's also like, hey, when I go on the road, I want to bring someone I really like.
Oh, yeah, because you just want to hang out with somebody. That's what it is. You're just hanging out and having
Booth,
fun.
I can't have you with me.
No.
Walter Booth's never asked. That's why I like Walter Booth.
Yeah.
For instance, Walter Booth, it's like, I like you a lot, but, you know, I don't want to fucking trains, planes, and automobiles.
No,
thing. Like I want to go out with a homie that knows that when I wake up and I'm hungover, that I'm not gonna want to just choke you to death.
Oh, absolutely. You know? It just, I mean, we had a pretty good time. I think it's still just about hanging out. And getting,
me and Bobby Crane are best friends. Him and I. He had to leave the hotel room.
He got a little too upset. He had to go have a little Bobby time at an Arby's by himself in the bathroom.
I also snapped at him.
Yeah, you did.
So who knows who was right and who was wrong in that situation?
I think everybody was right. I think it was just when you spend that much time with people, something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I was in the shower at that time. I come out, it's over.
Yeah, it was just smoke. Nathan Lund looks afraid.
Everybody just looks shell shocked. You get a little PTSD. Speaking of PTSD, we're going to get right back into this conversation. This is part 1. I want to thank Sam Tallent. We will see you right back with part 2.